round 14, and the next stitch is front post stitch in 2 posts of this stitch here. And this stitch is special because it's the last stitch at the tip of an embossed element of that leaf here. So while normally we switch to yarn 2, we don't for this stitch. Finish previous one with yarn 1, yarn over 2, front post in 2 posts, and finish it with yarn 1 for the next back post stitch. That doesn't change. So we do that, so we have front and back loop of that stitch, of that front post stitch in yarn 1. Because when we make back post stitch in the next row in this stitch, this front and back loops will be pushed up front, and we don't want to break consistency of that chain looking round here. So I'm finishing round 14, last back post, finish with yarn 1, front post in 2 posts, and finish it with yarn 1, and slip stitch in second chain of beginning chain 2. We've been starting each round with chain 2 and have been hiding beginning of each round next to the left side of this embossed element, this leaf. This is for right-handed, and for left-handed it would be somewhere on the right side of an embossed element. So this element has ended, and we have to shift the beginning of rounds to the side of another embossed element, and we will be moving here to this stitch. To do so, turn to wrong side and make slip stitch in each stitch to this last back post stitch. You can skip the first one, the front post, and start with the next one, next back post stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7th stitch is 2 back posts together, and it's the last back post stitch before the next front post stitch. Turn to right side. Round 15 starts with 2 back posts together, chain 2 as first leg of 2 back posts together, and the next back post in this stitch, it's the second leg. And I'm not enclosing yarn 1 because we left it, yarn 2, I'm sorry, because we left it here next to the leaf tip. Few back post stitches, back post in front post, and now we start enclosing yarn 2, and the next back post stitch is in beginning chain 2 from previous round, which counts as back post. I switched to yarn 2 for this front post stitch in advance on purpose to show you what happens when you do that. So now I'm making back post stitch in this front post. And let's make a couple of more stitches. And then I will show you how it looks like. So here we made back post stitch, and you see this yarn 1 strands here, and the back and front loop of this front post is in yarn 2. So it creates this yarn 1 strand separate front and back loop from the rest of the leaf, and it doesn't look good. Opposed to this one, where we did not switch to yarn 2 in advance, and it looks much better. So please don't make this mistake if you want your leaves looking perfect.